we had a question come up on chat about the HR and internal comms blend, and I think this probably is one that we can cover off in a couple of ways. There's the question about who controls the messaging and content if we're seeing ourselves blend more together. And I think coupled with that, my ask would be, as well as who controls, what do we need from each other in HR and internal comms? How do we work together nicely?
Good question. I guess that's for me. Yeah, so I think, first of all, you know, one thing that we've seen through State of the Sector, sort of the data that's come through in the past few years, is that comms now seems to have the, you know, the ear of leadership. You know, there's a recognition that the comms function is important. When it comes to kind of how they can support each other, I think if everyone is very clear on their role and their responsibility and their purpose, and so, you know, back to that kind of one of those original slides, if you've decided that as a comms function, your purpose is to help foster culture and belonging, I'm sure the people team are going to have some goals or, you know, KPIs around that. So how can you work together to sort of set joint objectives so that you're both kind of reaching that end? So I think it's about being very clear on what everybody's sort of internal functional purpose is, but then how does that connect up to the business as well? So, you know, no company ever wanted a communications function. Let's put it that way. Companies only ever wanted people on the front lines, people out there in the workforce, to know what's going on so that they could do their jobs, to feel like they fit into a bigger picture so that they have a pleasant experience, right? So, you know, thinking beyond, you know, the measurement reach and like the kind of glamour metrics we talk about, like reach and understanding through to, let's look at what behaviors are needed. And so HR and the people function will have some clear guidance around what people should be doing in their roles for performance management, and communicators should be reinforcing those messages. So that's where that kind of world-class, you know, the 9 hallmarks tool that we have, if you've got a clear narrative on what the business is aiming for, that is your gospel. That's what you should be working on as the communicator to help support the people function and help support the business.